Hello, my name is Caitlin Swenson and I am a kindergarten teacher at Rothschild Elementary. This is my 10th year in the district and I'm going to share a few words and thoughts about teaching this school year. Entering this school year definitely brought up a mix of emotions. Excited to be back in the classroom, the anxiousness of meeting my new kinders, and the worry of what this year had in store. The task of creating a safe and functional learning space for everybody. Kindergarten is a grade that focuses on the social part of a child's development as well as the academics. This normally means a lot of interacting with classmates, using hands-on materials, learning to be independent, teaching and reteaching routines, which is hard when you throw masks and social distancing into the mix. My greatest challenge was literally tweaking everything that I had come to know and feel confident doing. How do I make it possible for the same learning to take place and I still need them to interact with each other, build those relationships, learning to share and take turns using a variety of learning materials, all while making sure that things were being isolated and ensuring there was no cross-contamination in the process. How do I teach kids to hear letter sounds, focusing on the shape of their mouth when we're wearing a mask? But it happened. A new normal was created and we thrived. Closer relationships were obtained since students now had a specific lunch buddy, for example, that also served as their classroom partner. With a smaller class size this year, I was able to really get to know my students. There was less sickness, as crazy as that sounds. Kids stayed home when they were sick, limiting the flu season dread. The worry about the masks and the hand washing and the social distancing all was met with eager faces that just wanted to come to school and do well, and they were happy to be here. I learned how to communicate better, to explain things in more detail, use the safe spaces to allow for further independent exploration, while also allowing minimal but safe interaction with their classmates. We were still having fun, laughing, learning, and building that classroom community that I was worried about being lost. But in reality, it almost felt better. We were not only surviving, but we were thriving. My students didn't know the things that they were missing out on because of the pandemic craziness. All they needed to know that school was a safe and fun place to come and learn. Providing students with more recess time gave them a break from their classroom bubble, and tremendously helped with their focus and behaviors. Do I miss the field trips and volunteers and meeting parents face to face, showing parents our beautiful classroom? Yeah, absolutely. But I'm thankful to all of you and for our district for putting all the hard work in, making those hard decisions, and putting our teachers and kids first to make this year possible. This year by far was the hardest to prepare for. It took a lot of time and preparation to ensure that everything we had planned was done safely, following guidelines, and like any other challenge in my life, it all fell into place. As I tell my kids every day, you can do hard things, and we sure did. Thank you for your time.
Hi, my name is Mindy Cartledge, and I'm a special education teacher at the middle school. Some of the unique challenges we have been faced with this year have included how to maintain a safe, clean, and socially distanced classroom. Another challenge has been providing curriculum to students who are here learning in person, but also providing those same learning opportunities for the students who are learning at home. Finally, a challenge has been how to build community, not only in our socially distanced classrooms, but also as houses and as an entire school. But with these challenges, it has brought opportunity, and a lot of positives have come from it. I am proud to be on a team and work at a school that I believe has taken on these challenges and has tried to come up with solutions. Some of these solutions have included, in the fall, we were able to utilize new outdoor tent spaces for learning. We played Get to Know You Bingo, did relay races and other icebreaker activities to help build community beyond our small cohorts. Although field trips have been put on hold, we took our 6th grade students across the road to the Eau Claire River. We took nets and buckets and went on a nature hike, and the students were able to learn about and explore the ecology of the river. But finally, one of the things I'm most proud of is a project that we called Kind Hearts Holiday Workshop. And in the 2 days before winter break, over 100 students under the guidance of the House 6C staff were able to create one of 7 projects. The projects to choose from included wood signs, etched glass, cookies in a jar, and much more. From the project that they chose, the students were able to make 2 of the same projects. One of the projects that they created, they were able to keep for themselves, and the other project they were able to give to someone in the community. The community projects or crafts were given to bus drivers and grandparents who maybe weren't able to have visitors during this time. Some of the students chose to give them to friends here at school. But I truly believe this activity brought a little extra act of kindness during this difficult time. So although this year we have been faced with many challenges, I am truly proud to work at the middle school and all of the things that we have been able to come up with to overcome these challenges. I've included a couple pictures to hopefully give you guys more insight on some of the things we've been able to do. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you enjoy.
My name is Brooke Wenderf, and I've been teaching in the DC Everest School District for 12 years, 11 of which I taught first grade, and this year I'm an Everest Virtual Academy teacher for K-2 learners. It's hard to believe that it's been a year since we received the news that almost overnight all of us would become virtual teachers. I'm not going to lie, while I've always been interested in the possibility of teaching virtually, I never expected to learn how in a weekend. There was certainly a mix of emotions as we all braced for what was to come and embraced an entire new teaching reality. Fast forward to the 2020-2021 school year. DC Everest made the student-centered, family-centered decision to offer a full virtual option to our learners, and for that I am grateful. With a thirst for innovation and a little dose of crazy, my colleagues and I signed up to create an entire virtual academy within a few weeks. While this didn't come easy, and it felt as though there were never enough hours in the day for months on end to get everything done that we wanted to ensure successful implementation of DC Everest's first K-5 virtual program, our EVA students, families, administration, and teachers quickly became united in a collaborative mission to give our learners the best virtual experience we could. We are lucky to have such amazing families. We monitored, we adjusted, we changed, we grew, and so did our students and their families. Our EVA community became stronger because we had a shared goal in mind. It wasn't perfect. I mean, how many times have we started lessons on mute only to realize we were completely talking to ourselves? It wasn't easy. 1 a.m. coffee breaks, technology gone wrong, so many emails to ensure that we were all on the same page moving EVA forward. But it was worth it. To hear that thank you from a family trying to protect a family member with severe health concerns that is grateful that their child can go to school at home. To share in the success of a family who's experienced that magic of their kindergartner learning how to read. To see the look of amazement on EVA students' faces when they actually see us in person at one of our fun drive-in events instead of just the teacher behind the WebEx. To give virtual hugs and high fives. To celebrate birthdays, teeth lost, new puppies, and reading goals met. To celebrate so many successes with students and families who have achieved great things this year. Awesome is an understatement. So here we are. 1 year later. COVID will eventually be behind us. Socially distanced lunchrooms at some point will be a thing of the past. But my hope is that we keep all the good things, and there are a lot of good things. I want to thank DC Everest, our board, and community for meeting the challenges of this past year. I want to thank you for committing the resources to launch and continue to support a successful EVA program. I'm proud that DC Everest gave families, and will continue to give families, options. I challenge our teachers, district, board, and community to look at how we can offer families options right in-house so that families can still belong to our DC Everest community and yet choose the best educational option for their child. These choices are so important. I speak on behalf of my virtual teaching colleagues and in-person teaching colleagues alike. Thank you for recognizing the tireless work that goes into successful teaching every day. Thank you for continuing to listen to us, support us, and give us the tools and voice necessary to create a lifetime of great educational experiences for our students. I'm proud to be an evergreen. My husband is an evergreen. My 3 girls will graduate as evergreens someday, hopefully not too quickly. And I can't say enough about our school district, our community, and my teaching colleagues. DC Everest is truly a place to call home. Thank you.
While every year brings unique opportunities and challenges, this year, our COVID-19 pandemic year has heightened the challenges we face as well as the opportunities we've been given. Hello, my name is Anne Marie and I teach at our high school. I'd like to share some of the challenges and opportunities this year has brought to my school. This is what my classroom and students looked like last year. This is what my classroom and students look like this year. Using hexagonal thinking is one way to make sense of complex issues. In order to convey some of the complexities of this year, I'd like to do some hexagonal mapping for you. Let's start with some of the challenges faced this year. These seem to cluster around loss, change and uncertainty, and time. Loss, especially of face-to-face, in-person collaboration, has significantly altered how students interact and engage in my classroom. This year, I've used technology tools to try to replicate the kind of group interaction you see here. But honestly, this is just not the same, and I fear this has led to a lack of engagement and potential failure to thrive for some of my students. Every year brings some degree of change and uncertainty, but this year, I believe this has widened the already existing gaps between students who have and students who have not. Change and uncertainty has also, I think, increased absenteeism that is not entirely COVID related. Finally, time is always my enemy, but with the increased workload needed to balance in-person instruction with virtual instruction, the EVA, and teacher overloads, time seems to be a greater enemy than ever before. Putting this all together, you can see how these 3 elements combine to form a challenging web of interconnected elements that can feel overwhelming. It is said that every cloud has a silver lining. The silver lining on our COVID cloud is the opportunities for innovation and growth that has been beneficial. Our school's Future Ready Restart Plans cohort model has given us smaller class sizes, more time for one-on-one instruction through our flexible Fridays that in turn help students develop stronger self-efficacy and deepen students' personal responsibility. Regardless of where our technology comfort zone was last March, we have all expanded our capacity to utilize technology to meet the needs of our students and parents. Whether it is with Canvas, Flipgrid, WebEx, or a myriad of other technological tools, we are all more technologically savvy than ever before. Finally, this year, I have felt more professionally valued by students, parents, administrators, and the community alike. This has given me a needed boost, especially when the challenges seem to overwhelm. So, the difficult task ahead of us is how do we turn the challenges into new opportunities while retaining the benefits we've recently developed? I believe the next challenge will be answering the question, what do we retain from our pandemic year as we move forward into the future? Thank you.